For the class of physics, and we had already taken up the investigations, and in the last class we had discussed regarding investigation 1.4. And in that I had told you that how that overflow jar was there. In that overflow jar, no, not that overflow jar was investigation 1.3. 1.4, what we had done is, we have taken two glasses and with the glass being inverted into the bucket containing water, and we are inverting it in a straight only. So already some air was there containing the glass, so that thing we had done. Now today we will take up the next portion after the investigation 1.4, that is basically the conclusions of the investigations. Okay. So chapter name is matter. The name of chapter is matter. And this is section 1, that is chapter 1 I am taking. And on this chapter, it is the sixth lecture. And what is the subtopic? Conclusions. Conclusions from investigations. So children, we are already have done a lot of things. Investigations we have done. And see, in fact, when we talk about the nature of physics, there has to be some experiments that have to be done. And then only we take up or derive some conclusions for it. These conclusions should not be particular for that experiment, should be general. So once we have generalized the things, then only now we are talking that we can conclude, that means this thing is for sure, and this is, we can conclude about the topic or the some group of elements or group of materials that are being used to do the similar investigations. Must have seen that we have done something with air, and then we have done something with liquid, and then same thing there for gas also. We are proving that this will be true for liquids also, gas also, if you are removing. So in that investigation all these things are discussed already, need not to be told again. So first thing is that, what are the conclusions? First, the conclusion is, all materials have weight and hence have mass. All materials have weight and hence have mass. That means all the materials are having weight. I think so. This was from investigation 1.1 only. We had used a spring balance. Firstly, we had taken an empty beaker. For that, beaker we had made by the cold drink bottle only, and then we had filled some sugar into it, and using the spring balance we had seen that the pointer was pointing towards something down. Okay, so that are the thing. So all materials have weight and mass. I think so these two terms, weight and mass, I have given you the definition also, and I assume that you have written in your class of copy also. Second conclusion is what? Second conclusion is, all materials body occupy space. So all material bodies occupy space. That means whichever material bodies are there, they occupy space, whether it be a liquid, whether it be a gas, or whether it be a solid. You can see you a small Suppose you're spraying a perfume on one corner of the room, or you're having an incense stick. That incense stick you have lighted or kept in one end of the room. After some time, you can smell that incense stick throughout the room, or maybe in the whole house only. Okay, that means what? Basically, it fills the entire space, gases like that. Then liquids. Okay, liquids also have volume. You can fill when you fill liquids when you're putting it, but only thing is that they are having no definite shape, but they are having volume. Whatever container you're keeping the liquid in, it will take the or occupy the same shape. Whatever the shape of container, but they occupy the space. The third conclusion that we have got is that only. Two only. Now, above two properties are necessary for a substance to be a matter. That means, if property 1 and 2 are there, if 1 and 2 are present in some substance, 1 and 2 are present, this implies that we can call that substance to be a matter. If 1 or 2 are present, then substance can be called matter. Okay. Now that is why the chapter name is matter also, and basically we will be talking about the states of matter also. Okay, states of matter also we will be discussing. That means, if any, from the investigations, all materials have weight and thus they have mass and they occupy space. That if something has got mass and something occupies space, we can call it as matter. Don't you feel, children, that by this only they are defining the definition, means they are outlining the definition of matter? That anything that occupies space and has mass is called as matter. What is this saying? If 1 and 2 means if the properties 1 and 2 are exhibited by some substance, then that substance can be called as matter. So what are the two properties? That substance should have weight and hence it will have mass, and the substance occupies space. Then you can call it as what? Then you call it as matter. So if the two properties are being shown by some substance, it will be called as a matter. Now matter is used to cover all the materials, living, non-living, all these things. Okay. See, building is there. Suppose the house in which you are living, it is made of what? Bricks. Cement is there. Iron is there. Rods are there. Iron rods are there. Then what? So many other materials. Sand is there. Stones, small stones are also there. Okay, all these things are there. That means what? We can say that there are building, means everything that you see is made up of some small building blocks of that. Okay, like that. So just like in a building, every object also we can say, so let me rub something and then something new is coming up, let me say that like that also. So just like you see the building which you are having or the house that in which you are living, made up of what? Stone, sand, cement, all these things. So we can say every object also we can consider to be made up of few things. So every object is also made up of tiny particles called as atoms. So one term is introduced, atoms. So every object is made up of or made of what? Tiny particles called as atoms. And these tiny particles are called as atoms. So these tiny particles are called as atoms. It's looking very clumsy. Let it in proper way. Atoms. Now this term is introduced atoms to you. That means we can consider that every object is made up of some smaller particles or smaller units that are called as atoms. Now, from atoms, if we say two or more atoms, then two or more atoms if you take, they will form what? Molecule. So this is the new term atom, this is the new term molecule. And when molecules combine together, that only we see as matter. Matter means what we see. Okay? So, lot of things. Basically, every object is made up of tiny particles called as atoms. When two or more atoms combine together, they are called as molecules. And these molecules, when large number of molecules. Number of molecules. That means repetition of molecules are there. Then only it forms what? The matter. So can we say that atom is the building block? Yes. Atom is the building block. Building block. Building block of all the objects. All the objects are having the building block as atom only. Means all the matter. So all the matter which is there, its building block is atom only. So eventually atoms are there. Okay. I think so. This thing you understood. And further, if we classify things like matter, also of different types are there. States of matter. Different states of matter are there. See, I have introduced atom to you now, molecule also, so see, you know, whatever matter is existing, it exists in different forms. Though here you are learning about 3 states only. Okay. But there are basically 5. Fifth is called as Bose-Einstein condensate, that is not required here. So basically there are 3 states of matter. Okay. As per your syllabus, it is called as solid. Then there is one more state is called as liquid. The third is called as gas. In addition to that, fourth state is called as plasma. And fifth is called as Bose-Einstein. Bose. So, this 3 only we require to study. This I have told so that you can understand. Okay. So, solid liquid gas you already know. If you talk about plasma, so here basically charged particles are there in plasma. Okay, highly energetic, that having large amount of energy. Okay, and if you know about the gases like helium, neon, all these things they are made to glow by the using in the plasma state only, because they are ionized and they are forming the plasma state. Then Bose-Einstein condensate is called as BEC. So these two are not required for you. Only these three we have to study. For information, I have told you this about this, and there should not be any query also about Bose. So as you know, there is the name of scientist Satyendranath Bose and Albert Einstein. These together were given to the discovery of this one. So solids, you know already, they are having large intermolecular forces. They are having a fixed shape, fixed volume, and liquids are having a fixed volume but not a fixed shape. We will discuss in detail. Gases are having no definite shape, no definite volume, and they are having the least of the intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces are more for liquid and the maximum for solids. Intermolecular spaces are least for solids, the spaces are more for liquid, and the most for the gases. That is the way they are telling things. And a lot of properties are there which we will study about the solids, liquids and gases. And we will also have some more investigations, investigation 1.5, 1.6. So basically after this we will start with that. What are the examples of solids? So, examples can be table, chair, this is the material basically. Liquid is water, iron almirah, you can say iron almirah. Iron is an element. Water, milk. Gases, oxygen, air, nitrogen. So all these are gases. We will study in more details about solids also.